Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WTF Wrestling. We are live for London, and it looks like the rumor is true. The Undertaker is going to be here. Oh, my goodness. And the fans are excited in London to see the Undertaker. This is, I think, his first time here, I believe. And here he comes. What? That's not the Undertaker. That's the Brian Kendrick. Oh my goodness, he's trolling London. Oh man, London just paid big money to see The Undertaker, and instead they're getting the Brian Kendrick. This is a ripoff, and we have nothing to do with this, okay? Where is The Undertaker at? The Brian Kendrick... Why do these people want to be The Undertaker? Why do they keep on imitating him? Do they not understand this is a recipe for disaster? I mean, we are going to get lawsuits over this. People paid big money to see The Undertaker, and instead they're getting the Brian Kendrick in Undertaker gear. We have nothing to do with this, okay? But what is going on here? I should have knew something was up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Kendrick. However, now you can call me the Kendrick Taker. That's right. I have The Undertaker's clothing, and I also have his moves. So that means I'm as good as The Undertaker. And first of all, I want to say this. It is an absolute travesty that I was not in last week's Royal Rumble. Let me also say this. London is the worst place in the world. That's right. I'm here from London tonight at WTF, the worst place ever. And let me tell you about London. When I hear the word London, it reminds me of someone from London. And his name is Paul London. Ha ha! You get my joke? Great joke to start off the night. But London's a horrible place. Just look at some of these fans in this crowd. Look at this guy right here. Yeah, you in the black shirt. Yeah, why don't you lean in so we can see that turkey neck a little bit more? Yeah, I'm talking to you, loser. You old man. You probably fought in the Revolutionary War with George Washington. You're so old. You hear me, you wimp? If you got something to say, you get in this ring. You're not going to say nothing to my face. You're just going to sit there like an old man. You hear me? Oh yeah, you can mouth off all you want. You won't do it in the ring. Look at this girl right here. She wishes I was her boyfriend. That's right, but you're not good enough for the Brian Kendrick. You're not good enough for the Kendrick Taker. And look at this guy here. Oh, college boy. His eyes are watering. This is his first wrestling event, and he's scared. Look at his eyes. Look like he just watched a Lifetime movie. He's been crying. What a loser. He is nothing compared to the Brian Kendrick. You will never be like me, crybaby. You will never be like me. And look at these two right here. Yeah, lean in, you dweebs. This bald guy, his head is so shiny that he has lit up this whole entire arena. And look at Nico Bellic beside of him. What are you all gonna do? You're not gonna do nothing. That's what you're gonna do. Oh yeah, say something. Say it to my face instead. So let me get this straight. I am not going to stop insulting these fans. I am not going to leave property until I get an answer from the manager or the CEO of WTF. I need to be placed in the main event because I was left out. It should be Plum versus Brandon versus me at WrestleMania because I was not in the Rumble. It was unfair, it was wrong, and you know what? We're going to continue insulting fans until I get an answer. And ladies and gentlemen, the Brian Kendrick, I don't think he's going to get an answer, okay? Instead, I think the Brian Kendrick is going to get a match because he has crossed the line. He's definitely crossed the line here. And the CEO, we're not even getting the manager here. We're getting the CEO to come down here. And this is craziness. Absolute craziness is what it is. And you should have knew what was coming. No politics. Just Christopher. And, yeah, he's had enough of the Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick really ripping off London here tonight. And there is no Undertaker here. Apparently someone got into his Twitter and said he was going to be there. And it turns out he was never there to begin with. This is not our issue. We were lied to as well. So the people of London are mad. And we're also mad because, you know, we expected it. And, you know, that's big money, and a bunch of people are going to ask for refunds, and none of them are going to get refunds because we don't do that around here. But instead, Christopher is here to hopefully end this problem because the Brian Kendrick thinks he's entitled to a Royal Rumble match, but he needs to remember that we can't do 30-man Rumbles. He was invited at first, but due to the fact we can't do 30-man Rumbles because 2k20 is trash, yeah, that's why he wasn't at the 30-man Rumble, because we could only fit 20 people in, and it's too bad, but that's how life works. Life is unfair, Brian. It's totally unfair, just like you were unfair to our audience tonight, making fun of them. I mean, and Christopher's here to make the Brian Kendrick pay, and, oh man, good slap on the ears there. And the Brian Kendrick has even stole the Undertaker's moveset, his attire. I mean, this is, I don't know. He probably bought it from Johnny Thief and Gargano, if you would, if you had to ask me. But this is the craziest thing I've ever witnessed. A man insulting our fans after ripping them off. So he gets into the Undertaker's social media accounts, says that he's going to arrive at London. The place is completely filled up with fans dying to see The Undertaker. And instead they see the Brian Kendrick. And then he insults him on top of it. He calls him out. You know, I think it was so messed up. And that's why the CEO's here. This is absolute trolling. And I wouldn't be surprised if the troll was actually behind all of this. As usual. And, we are thinking about having a match between the Troll versus Christopher, WrestleMania. It has not been announced yet, but it is, you know, we know he's behind this, obviously. Because him and the Brian Kendrick are good friends. So, and then we had that horrible joke. I don't know if Paul London is from London, okay? I don't care if he's from London. I don't care if he's from Pierre, South Dakota, okay? Quit telling jokes, okay, Brian? They're not funny. Nobody laughed. Nobody thought that was funny. It was, how it was set up was even terrible. It wasn't even like it was a good set-up joke that just failed at the end. The setup was even bad. So, you know, Brian thinks he can win win the Rumble to go to Mania. He's not going to win the Rumble. That's why he wasn't put in there in the beginning, because there was no hope for him. And here we go for a pin. Christopher's also got the Undertaker's moveset as well. So it's Undertaker moveset versus Undertaker moveset. They may be different versions of the Undertaker. And here comes Christopher trying to squeeze the life out of the Brian Kendrick. Make him beg for mercy. But Brian just keeps on getting out of this. And look here. Oh, man, what a punch. The Brian Kendrick, you know, like I said, he's not the best wrestler ever, but he does have the Undertaker's moveset, so he's extremely dangerous in this match. And if he wins this tonight, I mean, who knows what's going to happen the rest of the night? Is he going to continue to insult the fans? Is he going to just hijack the episode? And look at the last ride. And the Brian Kendrick going for the pin, or the Kendrick take, or whatever you want to call him. This is craziness. Absolute, how to start this episode off, just pure, utter craziness. And we got a lot of great matches here tonight. And look at the Brian Kendrick going for the Tombstone Pile Driver to Christopher. And Christopher's in trouble here. And a kick out there by Christopher. And oh man, Christopher with a nice move there. Going for the pin. And a kick out there. So it is zip to zip right now. And one of these men are going to need 2 falls to win this match. And look at Christopher here. Going for the choke slam. And unleashes the choke slam on the Brian Kendrick. I don't know why he gets the in front of his name. I mean, why not just Brian Kendrick? Why does it have to have the? And look here. We're seeing 2 of basically almost the same exact movesets. And Brian Kendrick, not even a 2 count there. Not even a 2. And he's going for a submission. And Christopher, look at Christopher here. Oh man, some shots to the head there. And look at Christopher. He's got to come back. He's going for the pin. And a kick out there. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I believe this is old school. Referee almost getting in the way here. And look here. Oh, man. How can you walk on those ropes? That's what always killed me. Undertaker's like 7 foot tall, walking on ropes. How does he do it? I mean, it's not like it's Rey Mysterio doing it. How hard would that be? I mean, his foot's definitely bigger than Rey Mysterio's. How does he walk on ropes? It's insane. And look here, Christopher. Another choke slam. And this could be the end of the Brian Kendrick here, or the Kendrick taker. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah. And Christopher puts down Brian Kendrick here tonight. And the Kendrick taker has officially rest in peace. Because he just got destroyed here tonight. Tried to be the Undertaker, failed miserably, and if he can't beat Christopher in that match, he definitely can't win the Royal Rumble. I mean, come on. And the CEO had had enough, and he knows the troll's behind this. And of course the troll's behind this. Who else would have the audience trolled? It's obvious. It's a given. And Christopher wins a big match here tonight and stops all the bullying and all the trolling going on here. So, good job there by Christopher. And ladies and gentlemen, we have to make this announcement immediately. Whoever parked here, no, you cannot park on the stage, okay? We have a parking garage, okay? First of all, how did they get past security? That's my first question. How in the world did they get the car through security? Okay? You cannot park on the stage. We are calling a tow truck. You have 5 minutes to get that car off the stage. 5 minutes. Or it's getting towed. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how they got it past security. That's another question that I would love to hear the answer to. Like, really? You park a car on the stage? There's so many wrestlers going from the stage down the ramp, and there's a vehicle in the way. How in the world did you get it there? How did you get past security? How did you drive it up on there? First, if anyone, first of all, will give them the chance to move the vehicle, if they can explain how they got it there to begin with. Okay? I mean, we have another match on Raw, and we can, if, you know, our superstars are trying to, you know, they're trying to go down the ramp, and we're trying to get a good camera shot of them. And, you know, the last thing we want is the rust bucket in the way of the camera shot. So, I don't know how they got it up on there, you know. Yeah, so anyway, George Washington's here. We are going to have a big match tonight. We don't know what kind of match he's going to be in yet, but it is going to be a crazy match tonight. Of course, this whole night has been absolutely insane. So yeah, George Washington's going to be part of a crazy match. Hello, my name is George Washington, and I want to first of all admit, I hope I have this right, I do not know how to use a microphone because, you know, I wasn't alive when the microphone was invented. However, I want to say this. I am a father of freedom. I believe in freedom. But when it comes to people violating our freedoms, I will not stand for that. And Mark Henry, every time you dance, every time you strip, that violates our freedom. Because it makes our eyes fall out of our head. You have offended the children of WTF. You have offended the men and women of WTF. And you have violated their freedoms. So I am here to take the $1 million title from you. And as for all you dweebs on Twitter and TikTok, let me just say this. My face is gonna be on the $1 bill whether you like it or not. All you all do is sit on Twitter all day. I chopped down a cherry tree when I was 6 years old. You were still in your diapers crying to your mommy and daddy. You all are nothing. You will watch tonight as I will take away the $1 million title from Mark Henry, and I will stop the world's strongest striptease tonight, because I'm George Washington, and I approve of this message. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a great match coming up. $1 million championship. We haven't seen Mark Henry in a while. He's been kind of hiding, laying low, so he doesn't have to defend the title. And the manager has had enough. I think we've all had enough of this Mark Henry right here. Oh my goodness, the world's strongest striptease is here. Oh my goodness. And in George Washington, he has trouble using the mic. I mean, he wasn't alive when the mic... Wait a second. How is he... That doesn't even make sense. Half the stuff he said doesn't even make sense. First of all, he said he wasn't alive when the microphone was invented. You're alive now. What? He's using the microphone. And then, if we want to continue with Washington's mic skills, let's talk about Mark makes everyone's eyes fall out of their head. No, he makes them blind. Eyes fall out of the head is... That could be saying that people like Mark and like what he's doing here. I don't like what he's doing. He doesn't make the eyes fall out of my head. It's just so great. He needs to really work on his mic skills. Washington needs to learn how to cut a promo. I know he said he wasn't alive when the mic was invented. He's using the mic. I don't get it. I'm not even going to ask any more questions. This is insane, and Mark needs to stop. before we all lose our sight. But anyway, $1 Million Championship is up for grabs. It's going to be a good one. Washington versus Magic Mark here. Looks like some of that $1 Million Championship got on Mark's chest. His chest is glittery. If you don't notice, if you didn't notice there. And Washington, he wants that $1 Million title. He is doing it for all of us here tonight. He's going to try to put an end to this once and for all. But it's going to be a lot harder than he thinks. And here we go. We're at 205 Live. This is probably the most entertaining thing that's ever happened at 205 Live. Let me just say that. I mean, this audience is getting more than what they asked for, unlike the London audience who got less than what they asked for. So, like I said, there's going to be no refunds in London. You're going to just have to deal with it. You still got a good match, didn't you? So, and oh man, Mark dropping Washington good there. And we have two big matches coming up. We have Dan Crovan's going to be in action tonight, and Mr. John Ryan versus Seagal, the Dictator, and Santa. It is Team Joe Fixit versus Team Dan. Team Joe Fixit's got some more community creations, and they are wanting to fight some more subs tonight, so it's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. But first, we got this $1 Million title match, and then we got Plum teaming up with the Big Baby tonight versus Pizza Party. That will be our main event. Of course, in the next couple weeks, we're going to have to establish a #1 contendership for tag titles. So, if anyone's interested, just let us know. But we're going to at least try to get 3 tag teams signed up, or 4 at the most. 3 at the least, 4 at the most. Pixar Party will not be here tonight. They have the toe infection, so that's still going around where your toe enlarges. So yeah, we got to keep them away from tonight's episode. And a couple people also have Money Heist also got it, so it's kind of had something to do with that match, I think, at the end from last week. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? The toe infection is infecting everyone. And here comes George Washington here. He's looked pretty good in this matchup so far against Magic Mark. And look at Washington, a little sweep there to take him down. Washington, of course, calling out everybody who doesn't like his face on the dollar bill. Saying that, basically they're a bunch of babies, and he chopped down a cherry tree when he was 6 years old. We still don't know if that's true or not, do we? That's just I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't know if that's exactly 100% accurate. He's saying it happened, so I guess we're going with what he's saying, or I don't know what historians are saying. You all can tell us, but he says he did it, so... and look at Mark here. Look at the power. Oh my goodness, what a slam. And Mark is not playing around. There's a lot of mystery going on around here. Of course, our fans are very upset with how the Brian Kendrick treated him earlier. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing we can really do about that. I will tell you that the car that was at the stage was towed. Nobody claimed it. I thought that was kind of odd. But yeah, so yeah, somebody's going home on the bus or the taxi or the Uber tonight. So I don't know why they would park right at the stage. That's insanity. Like, I don't even, like I said, the mystery is how they got the car on the stage is the biggest mystery of all. And look at George with a body slam there. George with that little European uppercut. And a kick out there by Magic Mark. So, like I said, we got 2 big matches left. We got Subs versus Community Creations. We got the Big Baby and Plum teaming up. Of course, Darkness has had problems with the Big Baby. He's caused him threw him out of the Rumble last week. And now he's got to deal with him this week as well, because he's teaming up with Plum against Brandon and Darkness. Brandon pulled off the win of the century with that Royal Rumble win, man. That was just a nice win for him. Look at Washington. Look at that pin combo with the slam. And it totally works. Washington gets a point here. So it is 1-0. Oh, Mark tried to go for a big move, but Washington caught him. Mark's trying to regain some strength here, as Washington's just all over him. And he's having a lot of trouble here. Mark is a 2-time, I believe, $1 million champion. He beat Crovan at, I believe it was Mania. He pulled off the upset. Crovan held that title for the longest times. It felt like 1,000,000 years, more than $1 million. And Washington kicking Mark there. Washington's also been in some big fights. He almost won the Universal title at one point against Darkness. Gave him a match of a lifetime. He barely survived the match, but he ended up surviving the match. And here comes a big bear hug. And Washington, I'm sure he's fought a bear too if he chopped down a cherry tree when he was 6. He probably fought a bear when he was 4 years old, knowing George Washington. A little uppercut there from Washington again. And he is going for the pin. He's already got 1 point. Oh, he almost had another. He almost won the $1 million title there. He's still got to get one more fall to win this matchup. And, this is some big competition here. Look at that. Oh, what a move. And Mark getting right back up from it, but Washington doesn't care. He's celebrating. He hasn't won yet, so he shouldn't celebrate till he wins. But look at Washington. Will he save us all tonight is the question. And another one of those moves, and Washington going for the pin. And we got a new champion. Oh my goodness, George Washington has pulled it off. And we are safe from Mark for now until he comes back. Even though 205 Live probably got the best match they've ever had in their whole entire existence, they also, half the audience definitely lost their sight after seeing Mark Henry do what he did here tonight. And Washington has put an end to all of the nonsense. Finally. And Mark, like I said, Mark's been a heck of a competitor. But Washington is taking the $1 million title. I'm surprised Mark hid this long without having to defend his title. That was the biggest shocker of all. That he was isolated that long without, defending the title. And Washington is your new $1 million champion. So congratulations to him. And guys, our next match is going to be really good. We got Mr. John Ryan. We got Crovan's back. Came back from the Royal Rumble. And Dan the Man versus Steven Seagal, the Dictator, and Santa Claus. What a matchup there. It's a tornado tag, 2 out of 3 falls. And, of course, Joe Fixit, he's going to call out. Joe Fixit is basically, he's challenging Dan to WrestleMania. Dan called him out a couple weeks ago. That match may happen. It's up to Dan if he wants to go through that match or not. Of course, we still have the $1 million title. There's probably going to be a number one contendership for that, even though Washington just won it. But we don't know if that's going to be the case or not. Probably will, though. And, boy, do we have a great match here. 6-man tag. Of course, Joe Fixit has introduced the Dictator now, a part of these matches. And these subs are working. These subs have worked together before on many occasions. So they do have a little bit of tag experience, but I wouldn't underestimate Seagal and Santa and Dictator. I think they've all won matches on here, so they're pretty impressive. Of course, the Iron Taylor has left WTF. He has gone to CTL for. He has signed with them for 5 episodes. He'll make his decision on 22 where he goes, but he has signed with them the remaining of the time. Look at Mr. John Ryan there, dropping Santa on his head. Look at that body slam. Oh, man. Mr. John Ryan hit there. Santa's getting still steps. And oh my goodness. And Seagal with a kick. Nice kick there. And Santa going for a pin. Oh, man. Crovan dropping Seagal. There's a lot of competition here between these teams. These two teams have been, this is the first time they've teamed up in a 6-man in a while. I believe Dan and Crovan were responsible for, like, the very first CTL, like, takedown of the Night King and his crew. And then, it wasn't the Night King. It was, like, Stevie Wonder and his crew. And then we've seen Mr. John Ryan and Dan tag multiple times on here. So. And Dan, looks like everybody's gaining up on Santa now. Look at Mr. John Ryan throwing Santa down. Oh, man, the Dictator just cheap shotted him. And the Dictator unloads a finisher on Mr. John Ryan. Dictator going for a pin here, and Crovan uses his legs to go right into it. And Dan with a clothesline there. Crovan going to try to get a pin on Seagal while he's down. And not even a 2. Dan with I believe a finisher on the Dictator. Crovan going to try to go for a pin there. Could get it here, and the kick out there. And Mr. John Ryan slamming Steven Seagal here. As long as they got one guy out of the ring, they can, kind of handicap the other two, but Santa's coming back in. So, and the Dictator tried to fall into the pin, and that is a point for Dan. He did not fall into the pin correctly. Oh, man, Mr. John Ryan with a double takedown there. So they got 1 point. Team Dan's got 1 point. They're looking really good in this matchup. And Crovan going for a pin here. And kick out there by the Dictator. And look at Santa. Oh, man, an F5 from Mr. John Ryan. And Santa going for the pin here. And Crovan breaks it up. We got another submission going on. This is Seagal. Look at Crovan, man. 2 breakups there. Nice. And that's a point for Seagal. Seagal got a submission out of nowhere. Nobody saw it. I didn't even see it. I believe he got the Hell's Gate submission locked in. So now it's 1-1. Next fall wins. And look at Dan here. Oh my goodness. And the Dictator's getting out of that move. Joe Fixit has assembled a pretty good team here because it is now tied 1-1. And Mr. John Ryan beating the tar out of the Dictator. And he's setting up something big here. Oh my goodness. We are going to get a stunner. Oh, Mr. John. Oh, but look at Santa here. Out of nowhere. Mr. John Ryan was so close from going for the pin. And Santa drops him. Look at Seagal. Combinations. Kick to the head at the end there. Mr. John Ryan. Oh, man. Sending a message to Seagal there. He doesn't care. And look here. Crovan with a nice slam there. And Dan, if he can distract Santa, and but Crovan throws Seagal out, so now this is going outside. This is getting out of control. These two teams, man, they are out of control. And the Dictator going for a pin. Nobody is there to stop him. He gets the fall. Oh my goodness. And Team Joe Fixit again is causing more problems for Team Dan. And I mean, either team could have won this thing. We saw Mr. John Ryan was so close from putting in the Stone Cold Stunner on the Dictator. And he did it. He just couldn't get to the pin because Santa cheap shotted him. And oh my goodness. And Joe Fixit is definitely enjoying this victory here tonight. as his community creations continue to terrorize the subs at WTF. And I mean, Santa's on board now as well, it looks like. And Seagal's back. This is just so frustrating. And I don't know what's going to happen between Dan and Joe Fixit. They could have a match at WrestleMania. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a famous boy band here tonight. As you can see, the three men with the brown shirts, they're known as the Tennessee Triplets. They are a boy band. They were all born 5 minutes apart. They're identical triplets in the crowd. As you can see, the three guys in the brown shirts. It's good to see the Tennessee Triplets here tonight. So the famous boy band is here watching. I just wanted to give them a shout out. We're not gonna, tell anyone about their album because they didn't pay us to. But anyway, here's our main event: the Big Baby and Plum versus Brandon and Darkness, the Pizza Party, and it is going to be a good one. And what a showdown we're having here in this Tornado Tag main event. And the Universal Champion will be facing off with the Tag Champion at WrestleMania. That is crazy. So we could end up with a double champion if Brandon pulls it off. Of course, he's also going to have to pull off the tag match. We don't know who's going to be in that tag match yet. We'll probably determine that next week in a number one contendership. So we're going to also have to defend the tag titles as well. I don't know if Mania is going to be a two-part event or not. I feel like we haven't done enough setup for a two-part. So it's probably just going to be a one-part. Oh, my goodness. The Big Baby is about to jump. Oh, thank goodness he didn't. If he lands on anyone, it's an instant death sentence. Because that's 500 pounds, a baby. So, yeah. It's definitely something you don't want to get hit by. Oh, man, Brandon with a vicious hit there to Plum. Look at the Big Baby there. Oh, my goodness. Stretching the arm back of Darkness. And look at Plum using his knee, attacking Darkness with it. Baby slamming Darkness. What is Brandon doing? I think what a glitch. Hey, it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. Especially on 20. We've all been a victim of the glitch. Here comes Darkness. Oh, man. Shot to the back of the baby's head. The baby going for a pin here. And a kick out there. Baby with a DDT. Goodness. And breaking up that submission. Helping breaking up that submission there. Plum looks like he got out of it. And Brandon breaks up the pin. Plum comes out of nowhere and attacks Brandon. And like I said, these two will be meeting at WrestleMania main event. Brandon won the Royal Rumble last week. And, yeah, he's going to get the opportunity of a lifetime. And Darkness almost pins the Baby there. Kick out at 2.5. This is going to be a crazy match. And it's about even. You know, you got 2 super heavyweights and you got 2 lightweights. So, light heavyweights. So, I mean, it's about as even as it's going to get. And we don't know who's all going to be in the tag team #1 contendership. We got a couple guesses. Of course, Money Heist. Well, Money Heist could be a part of it. Pixar Party could be a part of it. Maybe some WWE Superstars can even be a part of it. We don't know who's going to be a part of a #1 contendership for the tag team titles yet. Of course, there's probably going to be a #1 contender for the $1 million title as well. And Plum resting on the top rope. And look at the Big Baby here. He's just taking on everyone while Plum's rested. Now, I know Darkness has had enough of the Big Baby. The Big Baby has costed him the Rumble last week. And also, he's also done some damage to him before on other matches, so he definitely wanted some revenge, and that's why Plum used the Big Baby in this matchup, because, I mean, if you're going to face Brandon, you're going to need the Big Baby, because you're going to need someone that's very strong, very tall, very big guy to face off with. I mean, we got 2 super heavyweights here, and Darkness, oh man, he's definitely mad at the Baby, you can tell. We're getting a little preview of Plum versus Brandon as well. That's going to be a great matchup. And look at Plum, though. Finisher locked in. The Baby has Darkness down as well. Can Plum get the first point? And a kick out there. Plum has been the champion for quite some time. And he has been an excellent champion. Look at Darkness. What a move. And going for the pin. The Baby's occupied. And a kick out there. We have had no falls in this match so far, and it has been incredible. Plum going for the pin. And Darkness helps break it up. And Plum with the finisher. Brandon with the finisher. Who gets there first is the question. Plum is going for the pin. Brandon's just realizing. And Plum gets the point. So it is 1-0. And Darkness crawling slowly to the Baby. This is the longest spider walk ever. What? What was that? And look here. Darkness, it looks like, and Plum's going to go for another pin. And a kick out there by Brandon. Almost got the pin there. And Plum, can he make it in time here? And he doesn't. So it is now 1-1. There's no way he could have made it. It is 1-1. Next fall wins. And look at Brandon here. Gonna lay out Plum. Going for the pin here. Plum with the kick out. Darkness getting the pin on the baby is definitely something he wanted here tonight. Getting a little bit of revenge. Look at that. Darkness. Nice move there. Plum now. Oh, man. A big punch to the face. And Plum going for the pin. Almost had it. Almost had it. Brandon with the kick out. And I cannot wait for that match. It's going to be great. I mean, we got two great competitors at WrestleMania going to main event. Either one of them can win. It's going to be Plum's probably toughest challenge yet. And Darkness going for a submission here. And Plum gets out of this one. The baby is resting. As long as the baby's down, Plum's in trouble. And Brandon going for a pin here. And look at Darkness. Oh, nice. But they did not get the pin. Plum with another kick out. So Brandon and Plum have had some amazing kickouts in this matchup. Plum with a DDT, though. And, he's going for the pin here. And Plum, and another kick out by Brandon. Wow, and Darkness going for a pin on the baby. Plum is distracted. And a kick out there from the baby. Man, this has been nothing but great kickouts. Some great resiliency on display here tonight. And Darkness with a big move there. Can Brandon keep Plum occupied? Look here. And a kick out again. Oh my goodness. What a great match. And look at Brandon. Oh, man, lined that up perfectly. Finisher, locked in on the baby. Plum is down. Could this be it? Wow, and Pizza Party again wins. Oh, my goodness. They beat the baby and the Universal Champion here tonight. So what an impressive victory by them. What an impressive victory. They did a great job here tonight. And, wow, that was an impressive win. And could this be the... but like I said, they never pinned Plum at all. It was all on the baby. 2 pins on the baby, 1 from Darkness, 1 from Brandon. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was a great episode, I thought. And we are basically only about 3 episodes left now. So it's going to get crazy. So we will see you all later.